All right, let's talk about AI and jobs. I bet when I say that, a certain image pops into your head, right? But here's the thing. The story we're all being told, it's missing the biggest piece of the puzzle, the real threat. So let's get right into it.
Wow. Yeah, that quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? For so long, we've been looking over there, at the factory floor. But the real game changer, the big disruption, it's happening quietly in office buildings. It's not about robots building cars, it's about code making decisions. Okay, so first, let's talk about the myth we've all been sold. The one about robots in factories. For decades, this has been the go-to image for automation, right? Robots on an assembly line, sorting packages, that whole thing. It's basically defined how we think about jobs being automated. But here's where the script completely flips. The myth was all about automating physical tasks, stuff you do with your hands. The reality, though, the one that's happening right now, it's about AI getting scarily good at automating cognitive tasks. We're talking about things that require your brain, analyzing complex data, writing detailed reports, even coming up with business strategy. And that leads us right to the real heart of this, the threat that, honestly, most people are completely ignoring. The new battleground for automation isn't the factory. No, it's your office, the cubicle, the conference room, even the manager's office. We're talking about jobs that people went to college for, the high-skill, high-paying ones. And look, this isn't some far-off theoretical thing. These are real jobs, right now. Data analysts, paralegals, content managers, project managers, financial analysts. These are careers that require degrees, years of experience. Think about it. The core of what these people do, sifting through legal documents, building financial models, planning content, all of that is now squarely in the sights of AI. And here's a really critical distinction to make. It's not really about replacing a person. It's about replacing the processes that person does. The goal isn't to build a robot that sits at a desk and drinks coffee. It's to create software that can do the brain work, the analyzing, the trend spotting, the report writing, but do it instantly and, frankly, often with fewer errors. So you might be thinking, okay, that sounds scary, but is it really happening? Well, this isn't just a theory. The data is clear, and as they say, you just have to follow the money. Take a look at this number, 45%. Let that sink in. By 2030, which is not far away, nearly half of all the tasks that make up knowledge work could potentially be automated. This isn't a gradual change. It's a massive tectonic shift, and it's happening much faster than we think. And if you're wondering why this is happening so fast, well, this chart tells you everything you need to know. It all comes down to cost savings. Sure, companies save money automating operations and marketing, but look at that bar for mid-level management. The financial incentive for companies to automate these roles is just huge. That's the fuel in this fire. Let's make this even more concrete. Look at these examples. A paralegal spending weeks on document review, AI can do it in hours. A data analyst manually building reports every week, that can be completely automated. A content manager brainstorming ideas and writing drafts, generative AI is already doing that. These tools aren't science fiction. They're on the market today, and they are improving at an exponential rate. Okay, I know this all sounds pretty bleak, and it's easy to feel like it's game over. But the story doesn't have to end there. This is about evolution, not extinction. The future isn't about us versus the machines. It's about figuring out a totally new way to work together. So that brings us to the big one, the question on everyone's mind. Where do we fit into this new picture? If AI is doing all the heavy lifting, the analyzing, the reporting, what's left for us? Well, the key is to stop working in the system and start working on it. And this is where things get interesting. This is where the opportunity is. We're going to need people to be AI trainers, using their real-world expertise to teach these models the subtle stuff they can't learn from data alone. We'll need AI explainers, people who can take what the AI spits out and translate it into smart business decisions for other humans. And, maybe most importantly, we absolutely need AI ethicists to be the guardians to make sure this powerful tech is used responsibly. All these new roles rely on things AI just doesn't have: judgment, wisdom, and a moral compass. So when you boil it all down, it comes to this. Your new job description isn't about competing against AI, it's about collaborating with it. The goal isn't to be faster than the machine. The goal is to be the human who can leverage that machine to make the smartest decisions. It's a total partnership. And that leaves us with one final crucial question. It's really the only one that matters. Will AI take your job, or are you going to be the one telling it what to do? Because make no mistake, this isn't something that's just happening to us. We have a choice. We can either sit back and watch, or we can jump in, learn, and adapt. The future of work is up for grabs, and the question is, will you be a victim of the algorithm, or will you be its master?